Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it is Monday morning. I'm ready for another week in the workshop. Over the weekend I had an absolute blinding weekend. We actually went down as a family, went down to the Kent County Country Show. It was huge, absolutely huge down there. So loads of stalls, loads of car manufacturers down there, loads of animals, and it was great. Honestly, fantastic show. So that was over the weekend, but we're back on it in the workshop, and we're going to start today with the Suzuki Splash that I showed you on Friday. I thought, do you know what I mean? Whilst it's on the ramp in here, let's just carry on with it. Let's just crack on and let's just see what we can get done today on this one. Before we do though, I just want to quickly say, I'd like to update you guys to let you know what's going on with the cars and bits and pieces. The Peugeot 3008, someone is coming to have a look at that today. Not even advertised that for sale. It hasn't been sold by someone watching the channel, no subscriber. It's just someone called me at the weekend and said they're looking for a specific SUV, 3 or 4 years old. Can I help them? Normally I'd say, yeah, no problem. I can, find what you want or whatever and come down and see me. We can discuss, look at the budgets. And I always find the right car for people, low mileage, save them thousands of pounds as well. But this particular time, I did mention that I got this Peugeot 3008. So they are really interested in this car. So that might be already sold, but, it's not sold until the money is in the bank, as they say. But, yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? Just some things just happen sometimes. But let's crack on with this today, guys. Let's start ripping that front end apart, taking the bumper off, the headlight and the wing. We've got to try and straighten up that wing. If not, we've got to replace it. So I'll set you up on the tripod. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, that is the front end off, bumper, headlight, and I'm just checking this washer bottle, but that's cracked. Sometimes, if they're not that bad, you can repair them, these washer bottles, believe it or not, because it is only plastic, and you've got like a plastic, I've got like a plastic welding machine that does hot staples, and also it obviously melts the plastic, so possibly be able to fix it. It's just on this edge here, because what I did was I filled it all up, and then I wanted to see exactly where it's coming from, and it's actually coming from this edge. It's got a little split on it. You don't glue them back together like super glue. You actually have to hot weld it and plastic and melt the plastic, so you melt like some cable ties, stuff like that. I've got some white ones and I've got some black ones, but if you use white cable ties, because it's plastic, melt the plastic into the groove, possibly you'll be able to sort of seal it and repair it, because there's no pressure in there. It's just the water, obviously, that's the hold for the bottle. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll look into that, and I'll have a look, and I'll show you me doing that as well, if we can do it. You know, I try to repair things rather than trying to replace everything, because it's just a waste. But yeah, the actual damage behind here, there is nothing. The only thing that is this wing here. So you've got this wing, and then you've got this bracket and a bracket behind. So I need to get this out of the way, remove that bracket wing off this bracket here, so I can move it. And I've got to be honest, look how flimsy, that is. Really, the movement is incredible. So I don't think we're going to have to replace this. I think we're going to have to get it resprayed maybe. But I think that's a better way of doing it, rather than replacing another part. But there's no damage to the crash bars are good. There's literally no damage to nothing. I've checked everything. So yeah, really got lucky there. Really got lucky. No damage to the slam panel, no damage to this, just nothing really. So it obviously looks like the hit was just going to be a little ding here, probably a really small minor, just a hit that done that. Can't see, you know what I mean, any sort of real hit on the corner there. It would have been a real slow impact. So that's good. No wires are broken, anything like that at all. Nothing's going on. So, you know, I wasn't expecting to see any sort of damage this side, which there isn't. So that's good as well. The other thing I have noticed is that this one has got these covers here. So it hasn't actually got fog lights. There's no wiring for the fog lights. But the bumper I got has got fog lights. So, yeah, we'll have to take these off, take the fog lights out, and then we're going to have to replace, I've obviously got this side, passenger side, but we're going to have to get a driver side one, and then just whack that in there, and then, yeah, that's the only difference on this front bumper is the cover, fog light cover. So yeah, the other thing I'm going to do as well, I'm going to do a coolant flush, coolant, you know, change. Going to get it all through, and then yeah, just freshen it up really, because I know I spoke to you on Friday about this was the coolant bottle, but it actually isn't. The actual coolant bottle, the tank is here. this is what pressurizes this one here. So yeah, we're gonna swap all the coolant over just to freshen it up, really. Just, you know, the pipe's just below us there, underneath this rad, and yeah, I'm gonna get a cap for this. Got a full service coming as well, so for all the filters, the oil change, we're gonna do all that as well, just to make sure it's all freshened up and it's all nice and new and ready. But yeah, let's continue for the moment. Let's get this washer bottle off, try and mess around with this wing a little bit. We'll have a little play around with that. We might have to get a bracket, I don't know yet. So let's just see what we need to get. But we're slowly getting a list of the stuff that we need to get, and obviously what I've already got, which is the bumper, the headlight. So yeah, not too bad. I'm quite happy the way that there is no damage behind. But this is why I do these videos, so I can show exactly what is going on, what is behind, what's the damage, and yeah, it's proof, and that's what people love. They love proof. It is a trust issue when it comes to repairing cars, and a lot of people sort of just message me and say, how do you sell your cars? Because I've had this car I've bought this car from Copart and I've tried to sell it for a long time. No one's interested. No one wants to buy them. And it's the underlining thing, it's a trust issue. The buyer has to trust what you've done. And I'm showing what I've done. So that's why my cars just don't hang around. They just don't. And this is the whole reason why I do this. Whole reason why I started the channel. I didn't start the channel to be a YouTuber. I started the channel to show what I'm doing, and it is paying off. So yeah, let's continue. Strip a bit more down, and then we'll go from there. Just before we do though, just want to quickly show you the discs and the pads. So the pads, I've got loads and loads of meat left on that, and there's a tiny lip on the disc as well. Nothing serious, nothing that's going to cause an advisory, and nothing that's going to cause a foul. So yeah, I'm happy for the discs and pads to stay as well. So that's a little bit less money to spend out on pads or discs. Right, let's get set up, guys. Let's continue. Right, okay, guys, that is the water bottle, and that pulled out very slightly. It's looking much better already, but you can see how flimsy this is. It's really flimsy. So all I've got to do is take off the headlight on this side, and then sort of get it positioned in the right area where it should be. Like, get that bracket there looking correct as well, which don't take much really. It's really flimsy stuff, so you can easily bend that. If it was like really crumpled, I would have said, yeah, let's get a new one. But it's not. It's really not. But we do have to get a new one of these brackets. So these brackets here connects to the wing, so it slots in. The bumper can slot in like this. So we need to get a new one of these for the other side. That one's good, but the other one is smashed into pieces. So we've got to replace that, or we can't get the bumper connected, basically. So yeah, that's that for now. But what I want to do now, guys, is get this off the ramp and out the front, because I've got a customer that's called me and said that their wife's car has got a ABS issue on the dash. Is coming up that it's the ABS light's coming up. It's yellow, and it's that skiddy sort of picture on the dash. That's how they sort of said it to me, which I think I know what they're talking about. It's going to be an ABS sensor on one of the wheels. So I said, look, bring it down. I'll look into it. I'll get it swapped if I can. I'll find out, you know, if it's available, and I'll do it now for you. It's his wife's car. They've got kids, so they want to make sure it's safe. So I don't want them sort of, I don't want them to drive around in it too much. So let's get this out of the way. Let's get the other car in, and I'll explain what's going on and how we're going to resolve it. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, here we go. This is the customer's car that I was telling you about. So this is a Ford Cougar, 2015, 16 I want to say. Done other work on this car before. We've done brakes, we've done pads, discs, services, bits and pieces on the car, just sort of, you know, looking after it for them. They just messaged me and come back to me today and said that there's a problem with the ABS light on the dash. And it's got that squiggly line for the ABS system. So I straight away suspected it could be just a speed sensor. They should be on all four corners, but we'll check that because I have plugged it into the computer and it is giving me an ABS light there. So we'll click on that. We'll go to read codes first of all. I'm going to go into live data. I think if we go into here first of all, yes, the ignition is on. When it decides to load. Right, so there we go. Look, that's the code. And it's saying right rear wheel speed sensor. And obviously the way to prove that it is definitely that right rear is if we go to, we don't want to go to erase. We want to go to live data. So you go to live data and it will bring up all four wheels in the system, and then we just need to take her up in the air, spin the wheels, and then that will identify which wheel, which definitely the wheel it is. Let me just where is she, where is the list? Here we go. Right front, right rear. So it was saying is it right left or right rear? Hold on, where's the... So there's that one there. So let's take her up in the air for a minute. Just for a bit, just get off the wheels. Like that. So because we're in live data, if we spin... Is it that one? No. Yeah, see that one there? See that one spinning? Well, I'll just call that. Right, let me just... Yeah, so we get a bit of movement on there. So when I spin this wheel, you see it moving, and that's the front left. Rear right. So is that the rear right? Yeah, so that's the rear right there, look. So left rear wheel speed sensor. And I'm pushing the wheel, and you can see it's going up. See it going up? So we know that that is working. So let's go around to the other side. Let me just get the list that we need. Here. So that one there is the right front wheel. So when I spin this wheel, that should come up there, right front. And it does. See it there? So that one is that one there. So when I spin this one, it's saying right rear speed sensor. There should be nothing coming from that, which there isn't. So you can see me spinning it, and there's nothing. So this sensor, this speed sensor, is our problem for the ABS. So there we go. That is the way that we work out what is going on with the speed sensors. You can see how crucial one of these computers is, especially in live data. You can actually, not only does it tell you the code on the codes, you can also go into live data and you can actually pinpoint and examine every wheel, and it tells you which one it is. So we've just got to take off that wheel, change the speed sensor cable wire. I'm going to order one now, see how quick we can get it here, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So bear with me. Once it turns up, we're going to switch that over, and then we're going to redo the test to make sure that it's clear and it's working, and then yeah, another job done for customer. So let's crack on. Bear with me, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, guys, let me just get into this speed sensor on this Cougar. So it was, oh, I've got no battery. Oh, my torch is, oh, there we go. So that's where the speed sensor sits. It just sits there, and then as that rotates, it kind of senses it, and it picks it up as a sensor, and it does that, you know, as it spins, it's sending a signal to the ECU computer to the actual speed of the wheel, so it can control. And what's happening is, it's like I've seen now with this old one on, it's kind of grabbing it and then letting it go, and that's because the sensor is getting confused basically, and it's at fault. So I've taken it off. This is the one here, this whole sensor here. Normally you'd get the whole thing. With this one, this just turned up, and I thought, what? Why is that just turned up? And the reason is, this part of the sensor actually comes apart, and you just replace this part. So you can see it's just a little bit wet. So whether or not something's gone in there and you know, made it wet and stuff, and it's called it shorted it or something, but I'm still a little bit unsure whether or not I need this part as well. So just going to replace this end part for a new one, put that back in, clean it all off, spray it in there, and then put it all back together, and hopefully it's just a case of just this, and it's not the wire as well. If it's the wire, then I'll go to the main dealer and I'll have to get a wire for it as well. But hopefully, you know, just a quick fix for them, this is going to resolve it. Don't get me wrong, that was still 40 quid, which is crazy money, really. But then the actual, you know, the wire, I've done cars before where you get the whole wire, and that's normally about 75 quid, 80 quid. So yeah, kind of there, but the reason why they put the money up is because they know that this is probably a common fault. So that is what it is. So let's get set back up, guys. Let's put this back together, put the new one on, and then we'll check it with the computer first before I put the wheel back on. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Well, that is the speed sensor switched over, all put back into position. wheel back on, computer all connected. So yeah, so you're looking at this rear left speed sensor. That's what it is. So I'm going to spin the wheel, and then you're going to see that there is now getting a reading. So yeah, you can see that we're getting a reading from that left rear now. So it looks like that was the culprit. That was the problem. Probably just got a little bit wet in there or whatever, moisture, and it just blew it. But it's just a sensor. They go all the time. It's just a wear and tear part, really, that wears out and fouls. So there we go, guys. I'm going to get it on the floor, take it outside, take it for a test drive, just make sure that it's definitely okay and good. I'm going to make sure that light's turned off. It should be off now. It was on. I don't think I'll do this one-handed, am I? Let me see if it comes back on. Hold on. Yeah, straight off. So that is the ABS. That is the ABS light off now as well. So that's good. But test drive is the one to actually make sure that it's good. So bear with me for now. Let me get this for a quick drive, and then I'll come back. I'll bring the Suzuki Splash back into the workshop on the ramp, because I have actually made a decision about that wing. And I'll explain why, really. There's one reason why I'm actually going to replace it, but I need to explain it. So bear with me, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, guys, I'm back from a little test drive with the Cougar. Absolutely spot on, no lights on the dash. Back to normal. So that Cougar can be picked up now by the owner. Another little job done and out of the way. So let's continue with the Suzuki Splash. So because I've been stripping it down, I've been checking to see what obviously parts I need and stuff like that. One of them is this bracket that I explained back in a little while back. I need this bracket. The only trouble is, I've looked everywhere on eBay. You can get them, but they come from Lithuania only. Can't get them anywhere else in the UK. And I haven't checked main dealer. So I thought, hold on a minute. Let me check to see if I went down the route of getting another wing in colour, would the bracket come with it? Because the bracket itself from Lithuania is about 25 quid, 20 quid. So how much would the wing be, and if it come with a bracket? I found one in colour, and it comes with a bracket for 70 quid. So 70 quid. So that means the wing really is only costing me 50, because 20 quid for the bracket. So that's what I've done. I've went and ordered one of these in colour, in black, and it comes with a bracket. Job done. That solves two problems. I haven't got it, get it resprayed as well, because it's in colour. It solves me trying to get all these dents out of making this, you know, the best I can, which would only be the best I can. But now, if we're going to replace the whole wing, it'll be much better and back to how it was. So yeah, now we're going to whip off this wing, as well as remove the old coolant and put in some nice fresh coolant on this car. Like I said to you before, I have got a service kit coming. I haven't got it yet, so there's no point dropping the oil and stuff like that for the moment, but we can get on with this wing and coolant. So let's get set up, guys. Let's carry on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Well, there you go. That is the coolant, all nice and fresh in there. Just switched it over. Not necessarily a flush. I did put some just normal neat water in there just to flush anything through, but it wasn't an actual radiator coolant flush itself. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's done. I've ordered a cap for this online. That's on its way, couple of days. That was 15 quid. We've removed the wing because I've ordered the black wing that I found. So that's on its way as well. So once that turns up, and the service kit, that's on its way. So that should turn up, service kit, the cap. We can then put everything all back together in one video. That should be it after today. You never know, you know, what else you need with these kind of little cars like this. It's just little bits and pieces, isn't it, really? It's not a lot of money, but it's just little bits and pieces that you have to try and get. Yeah, we'll go from there. But what I want to do, before we wrap today's video up, what I want to try and do, guys, is I want to try and resolve this bottle issue. If not, we're going to have to get another one of these. So, what it is that it's split right there. That is going to be a very, very difficult place and repair to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to give it a try because it is worth giving it a try to see if I can get it sealed back up. But yeah, we might have to get another one. But then if I get a second-hand one, could that be a problem? I don't think this has happened in the accident. I think that's previous accidents that's done that. But I'm going to give it a go anyway. So let's have a little, just clear up a little bit of space on this bench. We're going to have a little attempt of sorting this out before we end today's video. So let's crack on for the moment and see if we can resolve this bottle issue. So bear with me, guys. I'll have a clear up and we're going to go for it. Right, okay, well, guys, I tried, and God loves a trier, but yeah, it just won't hold and won't seal. You know, I'm trying to get these plastic cable ties to sort of hold and seal it and grab the gap, but it just won't do it. Plus, there's other small holes as well that because what I'm doing, I'm trying to repair it and then fill it up with water to check to see whether or not it's going to hold. But there's one here as well. Another hole there. And another hole on this corner here as well. That was peeing out of there. So basically, yeah, it's no good. I can't use it. I don't want to reuse it. I can't risk it not holding correctly. So yeah, I'm going to look for another one, basically, and then see if we can Just find a decent one, but because it's going to be another second-hand one, you just don't know if it's going to be all right as well. But just got to hope and pray and fingers crossed, really. But yeah, it's a minor thing, really. It's nothing major. It's just a washer bottle. So, but yeah, I did try, as you just saw. But yeah, that's it. Guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. We've done loads on this today. We've also repaired and helped out another customer with their Cougar and their rear sensor. So that's all been done. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop me a comment down below. Give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Take care.